Hello, everyone. I'm Pastor Tim Gauger of Christ Our Savior Lutheran Church in Rockford, Michigan. And it's Friday, and that means we have another interview. And we're again interviewing one of the area Wells pastors. So it's my pleasure to introduce to the program a good friend of mine, Pastor Dave Rockhoff of St. Peter Lutheran Church in Dorr, Michigan. Welcome.
Thanks. Good to be here. We go back a long way, and glad to be reunited after a number of years away after I started in Wayland and went to Wisconsin and Nebraska, but came back, and good to be back in the area.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing thing that you ever left, because you're a Michigander true and through and true. You were, of all the guys I went to school with, you were probably the most true blue, both Mason blue and Honolulu blue of anybody I've, and you're still like that. So the fact that you left the state for like 20 years or something was just shocking. But all like a bad penny, you just came back. So that's great.
And we're suffering with all the Michiganders and Detroit fans, and now we can suffer together. So
Yep.
someday.
So tell us a little bit about St. Peter Lutheran in Dorr, Michigan, for many of our viewers who maybe aren't familiar with it.
St. Peter's in Dorr is kind of just a little family-oriented type of congregation. Pastor Otto was here for 37 years, the first full-time pastor at St. Peter's. And so they certainly enjoyed his ministry here. But it's been good to take his place and do a few different things, but very down to earth, very simple-minded folks. Got a lot of families that make up St. Peter's. So you have that comfy atmosphere as you're able to enjoy the different families who are here.
So how many years have you been there?
It'll be 4 years in January.
Wow.
So
I can't believe it's that long already.
long enough to know certain things, and maybe not long enough to know everything, but making a transition. For me, it's been a little bit of a transition. I served some bigger congregations with grade schools. So St. Peter's is a little smaller than what I've had in the past. And without a grade school, not so many of those kinds of duties. We are looking into maybe some early childhood ministries, but that's down the road. So it's been a good change of pace for me. Janice, my wife, is from Otsego. Brother and sister live there, so been nice to come closer to family too.
Pastor Rockoff is one of the pastors in our circuit that has had a personal bout of COVID. And as you can see, he's recovered. You and Janice feeling all right? So
yep, we're feeling good. Everything kind of back to normal. We had some mild symptoms, but everything kind of back to normal. Kind of still waiting for the taste and smell to come back. Those haven't really come back yet, but something like that, it kind of helps you to and other people who do, and especially how much it kind of wipes you out. And so not a lot of energy, not a lot of appetite during the whole thing. Again, our symptoms were kind of mild, but maybe the harder thing is it puts a lot of things at a standstill. We really didn't do anything here at St. Peter's ministry-wise, except I did a couple of services by Zoom for a couple of weeks. But otherwise, having to be quarantined, you certainly don't want to put anybody at risk, and you got to kind of cut off any normal activities or do them a little different way if you can. So that's probably the biggest frustration, I think. And I think for a lot of us pastors is having to do things in a limited way, especially when it comes to worship, not having that full church of people to be able to celebrate some of our high church festivals. And we got that coming up too with Thanksgiving. Will probably be a little fewer for us. We just decided our Sunday school Christmas program won't be held. So missing some of those things is a little bit of a frustration.
Hey, changing gears a little bit, what's your high school alma mater's mascot?
We were the Cardinals. We were the Cardinals from Michigan Lutheran Seminary. So
In Saginaw. So yeah, okay, good. We've had that question get answered in ways that just all over the board. It's been kind of a fun question.
you wouldn't think a Cardinal would be a mascot that would be ridiculed by your opponents, but there were a number of schools that they found ways to do that. So use your imagination, and you could
Well, I was
probably,
going to say any that you could share, but apparently not.
not usually for good public,
Nope.
so.
I think MLS, Michigan Lutheran Seminary, is it's a boarding school, and it was just announced, was that a couple of weeks ago, that the dorms closed because of COVID, and the kids went home. That was probably maybe at least 3 weeks ago, maybe not. It's been a little while.
Yeah, you kind of feel for them too, along with Martin Luther College and how they've all had to close up. And
Yep.
again, that's one of the biggest assets, I think, of Michigan Lutheran Seminary, is to be able to be on campus and live in dorms and that kind of stuff. And
Yep.
but they seem to be doing okay.
You mentioned your wife, Janice. Tell us, like, children, like your family.
Yeah, we've got 2 children. Andrew lives in Colorado, just got married this past August, with a total of 9 people in attendance. But we were in Colorado for the wedding, up on a mountain. So haven't had a more beautiful setting for a wedding.
Wow.
They will plan a larger service and reception next May.
Mhm.
And then our daughter Stephanie is a preschool director, and she's in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, you got them all spread out then, don't you?
Spread out and good places to vacation. So
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, here's another question for you. You've got Thanksgiving is coming up, and at our church, this coming Sunday used to always be, we'd call it Pie Sunday, and everybody would bring a homemade pie or a pie they bought, and we would have literally hundreds upon hundreds of slices of pies, and all the 12, 13, 14-year-old boys eating like 8 pieces of slices. So what is your favorite kind of pie?
well, it's not going to be a real surprising, weird pie, but I kind of like either pecan or pumpkin.
Oh, so this is like your holiday for pies. Both of
Yep,
those
this
are
is right
classic.
up my alley.
Yeah, well, good. Well, it's been really nice that you took the time to visit with us today. We appreciate that, and we wish you and your family and the ministry of St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Dorr and all of its people, our sisters and brothers in the faith, the Lord's blessings, especially that he would continue to keep you safe, guard and keep you, and bless the preaching of his word. Thank you for taking some time.
Well, I enjoyed it, and certainly wish the same for you and your congregation up at Christ our Savior. And again, it's good to be close again.
Yes, it
Hit
is.
golf courses every now and then when we have the time to do that. And it'd be nice if you let me win once in a while, but that's just how some guys are. So
I'm kind of a competitive jerk. Good. Thanks a lot, Dave.